So you can find your comfortable seat if you'd like. If you're sitting on the ground, cross-legged or legs extended. If you're sitting on a chair or cushion, you can scoot yourself forward so the knees are directly above the ankles, and simply rest the hands on your lap. And we'll take the next couple minutes to arrive right now, so gently draw your eyes closed as we begin to tune into our bodies. Allow yourself to simply notice how you're feeling right now. Draw your awareness towards your mind, your headspace, and just observe how it feels. Give yourself a gentle body scan and observe the body. Notice how it feels right now. And eventually tune into your emotional well-being, noticing the emotion, your energetic feeling right now. And simply just notice, observe, let go of any thinking or analyzing around how you feel, and just be in your body in this moment. And take a moment to release the day you've had today and anything that's left to do this evening. For the next 10 minutes or so, all you have to do is simply be here. Begin to tune into the feeling of the breath in your body. So take some big breaths, just allowing yourself to feel the body expand and contract as you breathe in and out. Begin to bring this feeling of the breath to the forefront of your mind, letting everything else fade to the background. Continue to take a couple more deep breaths, really feeling the lungs, the rib cage expand on the inhales and contract on the exhales. And as you're here allowing yourself to arrive in the body, I'd like to bring to you our thought and theme for class and possibly for the week. So you can stay with the eyes closed, just kind of focusing on your breath and listening to my words in the background. If you'd like, you can watch on the screen, totally up to you. Today's quote for practice is simply this: meditation is simply getting to know your mind. And this is a quote from Dogen Rinpoche, and I'll repeat it one more time. Meditation is simply getting to know your mind. So what does that mean for you? Meditation is simply getting to know your mind. Is this how you view meditation? Is it different than how you view meditation? Just take a couple moments to reflect upon the simplicity of that quote. So I'd like to suggest to you that a lot of people approach meditation with a different definition of it. A lot of people tend to think that meditation is turning off the mind, or meditation is silencing the mind, or meditation is trying to make all your thoughts and thinking stop, or meditation is trying to retreat out of this world and find a place of peace and ecstasy. However, this quote is implying that meditation is simply getting to know your mind. So I'd like to ask you, if you were to replace whatever your definition of meditation is with this thought, this definition of meditation, how would your practice change? How would it be the same? If you were to flip through a dictionary and you were to find the word meditation and the definition, getting to know your mind, would you be easier on yourself during your practice? A lot of people approach the practice and say, I can't stop thinking, or I can't get my mind to stop. But you're doing the practice by noticing that your mind is thinking. If we're simply here to get to know the mind, then we're just becoming a witness to what goes on in the mind when we take some time to be with it. So I'd like to suggest to you, as you move through practice, or even throughout your days in the week, or if you practice in the future, that rather than approaching meditation with a definition of shutting down the mind or getting the mind to stop thinking, that we are simply here to become aware of what the mind thinks of, to become aware of where the mind goes. The way that we're able to cultivate that awareness is by giving ourselves a point of focus. For our shamatha meditation, that point of focus is the breath. Though the primary task is feeling the breath, the reason the feeling the breath is there is so we can become aware of all those thoughts we're thinking. We take a step back, we come to the present moment, so when the mind takes us out of the present moment, we can become aware. If we don't have that anchor, it's a lot more difficult to become aware of everything the mind is doing. So I'd like to suggest to you that as you approach this practice and as you approach meditation in the future, that you cultivate a sense of ease and love for the practice, for all we're doing is sitting here and becoming aware of the thoughts that we think, of what our mind gets distracted on. We're not here to stop the thinking. We're simply here to use our area of focus, simply the breath, to become aware. From that awareness, we can begin to get to know ourselves better and understand maybe areas of our lives that we want to continue on with, what we want to maybe change, the way we think about things, etc. But all meditation is becoming aware. So I'll leave you with the quote one more time. Meditation is simply getting to know your mind. So we're about to jump into our meditation practice, and we are here to simply get to know our minds a little bit better. That's all. So find a sense of ease with your practice as you begin to switch gears, and we'll make our way towards our shamatha technique. If you are sitting down, again, find that cross-legged posture. If it's too much on your knees, you can extend them. Hands rest face down on the knees or the upper thighs, and when you are ready, begin to open the eyes. Find somewhere to look on the ground ahead of you, preferably about 3 to 6 feet ahead of you. And rather than staring at one point in particular, allow the gaze and the eyes to soften, almost as though you're looking at an infinite horizontal line in front of you that you're trying to see as much of as possible. I will start our timer for us as we begin our shamatha meditation. Gently draw your awareness all the way to the tips of your toes, and maybe you give them a little wiggle. Allow them to relax as you soften the feet and ankles. Soften your lower legs, the knees, and relax the thighs. Allow your hips and sits bones to sink down towards the support of the seat beneath you. Allow the lower half of your body to simply become heavy and grounded. From this base, begin to work up the spine. So stack every vertebra one on top of another. The back is strong and lifted, working up the back body through the back of the neck, eventually pulling the crown of the head up towards the ceiling above you. Begin to relax the front of your body, starting by softening the forehead. Relax the eyebrows and the eyes. Soften the cheekbones and the jaw. Relax your lips, soften the teeth, then gently float the tongue down away from the roof of your mouth. Allow the chest and the heart center to soften as you relax the rib cage and belly. Notice if you tend to pull the belly in towards the spine, just let it go and distend. Allow the arms to rest by your sides, elbows just hang in space as the hands fall softly on the legs. Shoulders relax down the back body, creating lots of space around the neck and the ears. Again, the gaze is soft and easy. Rather than trying to look at one point, we're just allowing the visual field to enter through the eyes. Gently draw your awareness towards your nostrils. Can you begin to feel the body breathe itself through the nose? So you'll notice just the gentle whisper of air as you breathe in and out within the nostrils. Take a couple moments and simply feel the sensation of the breath in the nose. Allow your awareness to travel inwards, feeling into the back of the throat now. Can you feel the subtle sensation of the breath as you breathe in and out within the throat? It may be just the softest sensation, but notice what you feel here as you inhale and exhale. Continue to simply allow your body to breathe itself and feel what you feel in the chest now. So on the inhales, you'll most likely feel the breath expand and press the chest outwards. On the exhales, feel the chest soften and lower. Simply notice how the breath feels in your body within the region of the chest. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Eventually, tune your awareness to the belly, the rib cage. On the inhales, feel the belly press out and rib cage expand in all directions. On the exhale, belly softens, rib cage softens as well. Again, feel the circumference of your core expand and contract as you breathe in and out. Continue to stay with the sensation of the breath in your body. So you may notice it in multiple areas, just one predominantly, but notice where you feel every portion of the cycle of your inhales, the exhales, and that little pause of space between the two. Get to know the feeling of the breath in your body. The feeling of the breath in our body is our anchor to the present moment. However, of course, the mind will wander, it will think. That is its job. The job of the mind is to think, to process. And we are here to simply get to know what it does. Just like the heart's job is to beat, the mind's job is to think. We are not here to stop thought, but to notice it. So when you notice that the mind thinks, one of two things will happen. You may just hear murmurs in the background, almost like someone talking in the room next to you. But if you're still able to keep your focus on the breath, then you're just going to stay doing what you're doing, feeling the breath in your body. However, when you notice that the mind takes you totally away and you're no longer focused on feeling the breath, then you'll label that thinking and simply return to feeling the breath in your body. In our scenario, anything other than feeling the breath in your body is considered thinking. Whether your mind attaches to an external noise or an internal thought, story, distraction, label it thinking and simply return to the breath. This is an exercise of getting to understand the mind, of returning to the present moment. So continue to feel every inhale and exhale within, and when you notice the transition to thinking, simply label it thinking and come back to your breath. Please, above all else, be compassionate to yourself. Find love for the practice and a state of ease. Again, we're not here to shut off the mind, to stop thinking, but to simply be with ourselves as we are. Continue to breathe, follow the feeling of the breath, and practice this technique. Take the next couple of moments to practice on your own. Gently draw your practice to a close. Feel free to close the eyes or add any sort of subtle movements. And once you're ready, we'll meet with the hands touching at heart center and eyes drawn closed. Take a couple of moments to simply notice how you feel. Draw your awareness to your mind and your headspace. Notice how it feels. What word describes the state of your mind? Gently give yourself a body scan and notice how your body feels. What word describes the state of your body? And eventually tune into your emotional well-being, noticing the emotion you feel right now. Simply notice, observe, and let it be. Eventually give yourself a smile and truly, truly thank yourself for showing up here this evening, for dedicating your time to your health, your life, your practice, and simply getting to know your mind. Thank you so very much for sharing your beautiful practice and energy with me here tonight. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.